All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, September 11th, 2018. All right, so today we are still, of course, coming off of that new moon from the weekend. So still a time of new beginnings and slowly building momentum as we get started in this lunar month. The moon is still in Virgo from yesterday, so themes likely around taking care of things, doing the work, and getting in touch with our improvement-oriented side. Today the sun is going to be trining up to Pluto, who's been sextiling up to Jupiter this year. And that contact is going to be exact tomorrow for the last time. It's been taking place since January of this year. So really good time for empowerment, facing deep things within ourselves or maybe about our life that we have a bit of broadened horizon perspective with Jupiter, but we're willing to maybe make some changes, see the truth, and dive deep with some of these things for that transformation. All right, so very powerful part of the week with that, and Venus is opposite up to Uranus going into tomorrow, so maybe some balance needed with some of the spontaneous, erratic type of energy involving relationships, finances, or our values. All right, so let's look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Tuesday. Again, we are using the actual size of the constellations, which does change the signs from mainstream astrology. So if you do notice some of the signs I'm mentioning are different, be sure to check out that link down below for more information. All right, so first things first, very important to note that we're still in the very early phases of this lunar month. Just started last Sunday. So good time to still be acclimating to what are these new beginnings, maybe fresh new perspectives, and all in all, just a fresh new type of energy that we're slowly starting to build momentum with this week. Now, the context has been about gaining energy through our passions, through the things that give us joy in life, and cultivating that with the sun finishing up Leo. But the moon in Virgo here, which was the case yesterday, making this a good time for grounding this. In fact, the theme of the day, more than likely geared around improvement, right? This could be self-improvement, improvement of our environment, of our life, right? Fixing things, organizing things. Really good time for self-discipline and things that do require self-discipline or the work or that sort of detail-oriented aspects of ourself. All right, so likely themes around that. Really good to cultivate this type of stuff when the moon is here. We can feel emotionally secure with that. So the most important thing today is that the sun is going to be trining up to Pluto, who's been sextiling up to Jupiter since January of this year, mid-January, January 16th, if you want to be exact with it. And that aspect is going to go exact tomorrow, so we're definitely within orb of that. And this is the last and final contact. Usually the last contact means final integration. And if there has been anything since January that you have felt that you've been a bit open-minded about, that you maybe want to make some changes with, or have been making changes with, that does require deep diving, does require seeing the truth, maybe requires facing fears, and in that way, transformational, healing us, right? These types of things. This has been the sort of collective opening for that. Now, it's been just an opening because it's just a sextile, which means, we're not forced into it, but it has been an opening for that stuff this year. Now, what's nice about this is that we just so happen to have the sun trining up to this here as we have this final contact. So this is going to be the energy today, is this trine. And trines do have a lot more of the easier to work with supportive energy, whereas sextiles are just openings. Trines do directly support it. So with this trine to Pluto and the sun, there could be this sense of strength and empowerment, right? This strong willingness to dive deep, see the truth of things. Again, it could be about ourselves, our life, whatever it might be. And so in this way, transformational, great time for facing fears, making changes that we'd otherwise maybe not make because we don't have or didn't have the awareness or the strength and empowerment that maybe we have this part of the week with this. So great way of utilizing this energy. It's certainly available, especially if it's been in the context of anything since earlier in the year. But of course, it could also be part of these new beginnings from this new moon. So, and then Jupiter, right? So of course, the sun sextiling up to Jupiter, minor with this, but still giving us a bit of a broader perspective, right? Helping us see the larger perspective, the top-down perspective of our life, these broader things, and that's supporting this as well. All right, so very important day with that. As we get into tomorrow, we do finalize that, and we also do get into contact with some more Venus energy. Last weekend, we had Venus squaring up to Mars. So this has been part of now this T-square, which is now going to be Venus opposite Uranus going into tomorrow. What this might feel like is as we get into the later part of the day and into tomorrow, maybe a bit of wanting to break free when it comes to Venusian things. Maybe relationships, maybe finances, maybe our values in general. So we're likely aware of maybe some sort of limitations here, and we're wanting to break free and make some changes. We're wanting freedom, essentially, with these areas of life, and we're wanting change with it. So really good to listen to that. It is in opposition, so of course, we do want to stay balanced with it, meaning if there is any of that sort of erratic energy, and maybe it's not coming from us because oftentimes oppositions can be from another person or our outer environment. So if there is anything unexpected, maybe erratic, maybe it's exciting. Doesn't have to be, challenging necessarily. Maybe it's exciting and different. But whatever it is, good to stay balanced with it, right? To be aware of likely that side of ourself that does want freedom, maybe what our true self is wanting freedom with regarding these things, and then maybe our life just prompting us to bring in some more freedom when it comes to these relationships, values, and maybe financial matters. And with that conscious attention, it becomes grounded, it becomes balanced, and it makes this a very good energy for creating some change with those things, bringing in some freedom with those things, right? All right, so we'll feel that mostly tomorrow. I'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but certainly within orb today. All right, so that's the day in a nutshell. Most important thing though, Sun trining Pluto, sextiling Jupiter with this final sextile that we've had since January, suggesting the cultivation of any final things that maybe we're finishing up or started since January, involving diving deep, seeing the truth, making changes that we have the support to do. And this could, again, be personally or in the external environment as well. Okay, great day for this kind of stuff. All in the context of it still being this new moon, time of new beginnings, and today with the moon in Virgo, great for doing the work, right? Really cultivating that self-discipline and doing things that require that self-discipline. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily forecast.